Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Xenonauts 2. Longer than I expected it to take, but we're back and that's what's good. Before we kick off with the episode, something I want to address. The 1.0 release of Xenonauts 2 is coming up very soon. I'm not sure the exact date, but I think it's very, very close. And I have heard rumors or whispers that the early access version of the game will not be save game compatible with the full version. Obviously, this is an early access campaign that we're in at the moment. There's definitely some new stuff that's coming with the release. It's not just releasing the game, they're adding some more things. So the question is, do we continue this campaign? And in the do I basically stop the game from updating to 1.0 and continue the campaign until I complete it? Or do we start a fresh new 1.0 launch campaign? Now, obviously, in terms of if I want to attract more viewers to the channel, starting a new campaign with the release of the game will work very well for me. But I know I've messed you guys around a lot in terms of not completing campaigns, and this one's taken a while to drag out, so I'm going to let you weigh in on this. So what do you think? Which way should we go with it? Okay, that being said, I have done some stuff off screen. We've named our bases. We've got Pupper Base and Gator Base. There's some really fantastic name suggestions. Not XCOM came very, very close, but we've gone for Gator Base for the base here. I have also named our first Phantom. We're going with a Japanese kami naming convention for these. Again, tons of great suggestions. I love them all. We'll go for Raijin, and then the other Phantoms will have those names as well. We're up to 363,000. We're getting close to being able to build another Phantom. I need 750,000. Unfortunately, because Crash Test and Sir Kamikaiser went down in the last episode, both of their suits of armor have been destroyed. So I only have 6 suits of Guardian armor. So I am going to lay down another 2 suits of Guardian armor right now. Just so that we have them for when we have our next mission. We are also looking at a lot of injuries among our people. And I think we're struggling right now in that I can't really afford to hire rookies and bring them into the squad because they're going to be too far behind. So when I've got a bit more cash, which I do not have right now, what I think I'm going to do is build a barracks here, a training center, and a med bay. And then what I will do is whenever we have injured soldiers in our main base, I will transfer them over to Gator Base where they can recover and train, and we'll have rookies there as well. It also means that base will be defended if it gets attacked. For now, though, I can't really spend any more money because we are saving up for... we're saving up quite bad, like really tragically for that other plane. Now we do have some junk to sell. That's another 215,000. That gets us up to 478. That's almost 2/3 of another Phantom. I obviously need to get 3 Phantoms ASAP, but that's getting us somewhere. Other things we need to be aware of. We're 14 days away from the funding report. Our current research is UFO analysis, which is the plot 1, sorry, UOO. So that would be done in 4 days, giving us 10 days left to get advanced alloys or alien electronics. We really need to get the ball rolling towards fusion weaponry, especially now that the aliens are deploying fusion weapons on us. Aircraft Anubis has arrived at Gator Base. So Anubis has arrived here. Do we want to rename the aircraft that are at this base or keep them with their original Egyptian designations? The UFO 43 has come in. It's an Abductor with Scions on board. It has a top speed of 1,650. If I just drop speed down to normal and close this for a second, the Raijin here is a top speed of 3,600, and these guys are at 3,300 since the upgrade. So we may be able to intercept this. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to launch the home base squadron. And see if they can hit it. They might not have enough fuel to get there. They are a little bit damaged, but we'll see if we can make that intercept because North America needs all the help it can get right now in terms of panic. At the same time, I can now afford to do some of my operations points. Getting the extra money from North America is going to cost me $250. It's an extra $300,000 a month, though. That's really good. We can get the just the security, which will put global panic down. There's a less expensive guy here for $150. They'll get me another $150,000 monthly funding, which is also quite good, and we'll deal with the panic in Latin America. I'm quite tempted to try and save up for the $300,000 guy. He is cheaper by 50 than buying 2 of the normal guys. So if I was to buy these 2 guys here, they would get me 300,000 and they would each cost 150, so it'd be 300 for both of them. Whereas if I just grab this guy, it'll be 250 and I'll get the 300, and it gets me one closer to also getting the security supporter for another 150, meaning that I can actually get the North America bonus, which is a training bonus for new recruits. Let's let the intercept happen. It is actually going to happen. So we're jumping straight into a battle with an Abductor. It has no escort, so as long as we dodge the drones, we should get a kill here. Let's commence the attack. Here we go. Oh, It appears I only intercepted with Raijin, which is a little bit of an issue. But honestly, we should be fast enough to deal with this. We actually outspeed this thing and outturn this thing like crazy. As long as I can get in behind it, we should be fine. I'll hold the missiles until we've dealt with the armor. I'm going to play this at a slightly lower speed with lots of pausing. But as long as we can stay sort of in behind its turn envelope, we should be good. We should be able to outrun this drone. So I'm going to turn once this, well, it's a missile. Once this missile is out of we're out of its engagement envelope. We're currently afterburning right now, which means I cannot, we're just going to roll to the right to stay out of the edge of its turret. I'm going to again trying to, it's actually turning quite nicely here. I'm going to turn in now, and I'm going to roll to the right again. Okay, we're coming up into, it can actually hit us there. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to give us attack, and we're going to turn off the afterburner. I just need to keep rolling to the right to stay out of its engagement. Okay, it's going to actually hit us here. Okay, I thought it was going to hit us there. Now what I'm going to do is slow us down a little bit so we don't overtake it. And keep rolling right, and we should be good. As soon as this armor's gone, I'm going to launch a load of missiles. Let's actually slow down a little bit more. We're going a little bit too fast. I don't want to overtake it. Okay, armor's down, missiles away. Tons of damage. Nice. He's going to launch another missile in a second. We're going to launch our missiles. There we go. There's the kill. Nice work, Raijin. Alright, that was a mistake in that I only launched the one aircraft, but we actually managed to shoot down, so that's fine. Now, we can launch a combat team on this one, because it's our second abductor that we've shot down, so we do get a free attack on this one. I'm not sure what the state of the team is right now. I don't know if I can put together a decent enough crew to take this on. I'm obviously going to make sure we do a day mission. I'm not going to keep forgetting about that. Let's get Raijin coming back to base, and I'm going to see what I can put together in terms of a team, and then I'll be back with you. So the team is definitely the B team that we have for this mission because everyone else is in the med bay, which is, we're going to have to be very careful here because the aliens, it's another abductor, we've got Scions we need to deal with. The good news is Scions, I don't think are generally paired with Androns. If we have to deal with more Androns, this is going to be extremely difficult. We also need to be aware that there may be fusion weapons on this field and drones. But we've got Marvinini and Zinc coming along as shields. Neither of them are normally shield soldiers, but they're the only guys I had left. So they're not going to have a lot of TU in this mission because they're not really strong enough to be doing this role, but I don't have anyone else to put in there. Tachyon 2 is of course coming along. One of the great advantages of having a Mars is that it gets fully repaired as soon as it comes back to base. So Tachyon 2 will have full health and be very, very useful here. I've got Juju Jaro and Lex Real coming along as our assaults. Spiral Eddie Yo is coming as our heavy. I don't have Guardian armor for Spiral. I've got Cam and Chris Big Daddy coming along as riflemen, and Shin coming along as a rifleman too, but Shin doesn't have Guardian armor either, and neither does Fat Newbie 2, who's here again, our most decorated. 28 kills on Fat Newbie 2. Does anyone beat that at the moment? I don't think anyone even comes close. Cam's got 14 kills, and I don't think there's anyone else here who's really been on that many missions, but that's the team I'm going to send out. We are going to do a day mission, so we're going to launch Chips and Fish. We've got plenty of fuel to do a hover if the Terminator catches up with us on the way. Raijin did a great mission there, so let's follow that up with a great combat. Okay, we've got UFOs coming in. These are ground attack. It's a destroyer, and I'm going to hold for a second, and I'm going to let Raijin get back to base and rearm and refuel, and then we're going to launch. They're currently not over. Okay, they're coming for the base. This is a base attack. So we've got, everyone is now out on a mission, and I've got a UFO heading for base. We need to launch to take this on right now. Luckily, the squad is here. Raijin is rearmed, fully rearmed, but not fully refueled. So I'm going to launch. So we need to destroy this, and we need to win here. If we fail to destroy this, then there's going to be nobody to defend the base. We do have 2 laser turrets, which will do a lot, so the more damage we can do here, the better. But this is an attempt to destroy our base, and they waited until I launched to the crash site. So let's commence tactical battle on the crash site, and then we're going to deal with the UFO attack on the base as well. I'll see you on the battlefield. We know what we're doing here. Kill the aliens, don't get killed. I can see 2 aliens from our deployment zone. Only one of them is on view for me right now. There's a Scion here. There's a civilian with an AK back there. Where is the other alien? There's a sectoid just outside the UFO. The Sky Ranger. Okay. Where are we in terms of the edge of the map? So this edge of the map is, there's the corner of the map there. And then on this side, okay, we're in the middle. We're near the top. It's not actually a very wide map. So to kill this guy, we need to deal with this guy. We've got good rate of fire, good shots on this guy. but obviously he has reaction fire. So let's start by dumping all of the equipment that Zinc and Marvinini are carrying, so that they've got their TU back. Alright, so when they lose their shields, they can come back for weapons. And I'm going to run Zinc to here in an attempt to basically... Oh, this is the same map we just fought on. I just recognized this river. This is literally the same map we just fought the other Abductor on just during the day, which is a bit of a shame. I'm hoping there's maybe some more maps in the... Oh, that was lucky. I wasn't expecting him to get an Overwatch shot. I wanted him to get an Overwatch shot. Okay, that's the Overwatch from both of these guys cleared. So now I can get Shin to take a shot on this guy and then step around. I can actually get 2 shots at 24, which is a 62% chance to hit. I will take another shot, and that'll leave him with 13 to you. Okay, he missed, but the guy's already been hit, so I don't need to worry about mesmerizing. And then we get you out of the way. Now that lets me use Fat Newbie. I'll take a shot on him with Fat Newbie. Still alive. Okay. Let's move Cam into position. Cam has... If I do 2 shots, that's 26. That'll leave me with what? 26 minus 37. Leave me with 11 to you, which should be enough to step out of the way if I need to. He's still not dead. Okay, that was a miss. Step around here. How tough is this guy? Okay, I need Fat Newbie to step out of the way as well. And then we'll get Chris Big Daddy to try and finish him. Okay, that's Chris Big Daddy finishing that guy off. Chris Big Daddy has 1 more shot here, which I'm not loving. I'd rather step him into cover here. And then we get Juju Jaro to run here and put his shotgun to this guy's temple and just end him. We do have enough for a shot if I do that. Yes, 82 times 3. Okay, that is the sectoid dealt with. Now, Juju Jaro, very exposed on this angle. I'd love to get him into position here, where he no longer is exposed on this side. That's a better position for him. Okay, so we've dealt with 2 threats already, which used up all of our riflemen to do it. I need to get Marvinini out and kind of giving me eyes on more of the battlefield. We've got a pretty good vision over here with Tachyon. So I'm wondering if I bring Marvinini to here and look this way, he'll tell me what's going on. And there is these bushes and stuff to act as intervening cover for anyone who appears out of the corner of the map and tries to shoot in this direction. Other options, I just put him here, which is much safer. Okay, so I put him here, watching this way for any aliens that come in. I will crouch him to make him a little bit more defended. Spiral Lady Yo, I'm going to just put in position here, so they can open fire on anything that might come for the next turn. And I'm going to put Tachyon in cover here. Basically holding all of this territory for me. If we remember from last time, we know the UFO is over here. It's a shame it's the same map. There probably isn't that many Jungle Abductor maps. And then for Lex Real, I'm going to put Lex Real in cover here. It does mean they're exposed to anyone who comes around this way, but the angle is very awkward for them. But I'm more worried about someone coming around this corner just shooting them in the face. And we have Zinc here to protect, if that, you know, to hold the shot out there if that happens. So I'm going to bring Lex Real to here. I'm going to crouch Lex Real, and we're going to end the turn and see what happens. 2 aliens down on deployment, but that's not too bad. But we know what happened last time. They all just came swarming out of the mist as soon as we got out of the... We dealt with the opening salvos. Okay, that tells us there's an alien over there, because if he doesn't shoot... Okay, he didn't shoot at anything, so that means there's no alien over there. That was a big explosion. What could make a big explosion like that? I'm not sure. Okay, no aliens so far. I want to just try and get to this corner and see what's around this corner. Okay, this is clear. We're going to clear this side with Lex Real and Marvinini. And we're going to use this guy as our scout. For this side, I think I'm going to set up some rifles here and some rifles here and just hold these long corridors for now so that we're not getting ambushed from any direction. So I'm going to bring Marvinini to the middle of this log and leave them standing up so they're the lowest defense target. I'll get Chris Big Daddy here. That's going to use up all of his turn for this turn. I'm going to put Fat Newbie in cover here. And he has a shot. Then we're going to get Cam up to here. And Shin up to here. And we're still kind of just deploying out of the Sky Ranger right now. I just want to make sure that we're not getting overrun by enemies. That's fine. Tachyon doesn't need to do anything this time. Okay, got a friendly coming this way. Another friendly down there. They're all wearing the same. They're all clones of each other. So same map, and we've got cloned civilians. Okay, he just got shot. Someone with 2 plasma shots. Local soldier has died from their wounds. Okay, we've got a Scion. He shot the shield, which means he has reaction shot for his turn, potentially. He's also got a Mesmerize. He's bleeding out. Okay, we can probably take him out with the shotgun. But we need to make sure there's not something else hiding here. So we'll use the shield to determine that. I'm going to step the shield. Can I get the shield to here? Okay, 3 damage, and there is something out here. There is also a Secton who is being buffed by this guy. Now, I could run Lextriel to here, and I've got a 64 times 3. I don't think that's enough to kill this Scion, unfortunately. Just with the way they work. But what I could do is flashbang, and then next turn, work my team up to a position where we can take both of these guys out. Unfortunately, I can't flashbang both of them from here. If I ran him to here, he wouldn't have enough TU. If I ran him to here, he wouldn't have enough TU. If I put him here, he can't, like, lob it over the top. No, the trees are getting in the way. I just don't believe that's a kill. With how resilient the first one we fought was, we need more TU to kill this guy. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to crouch Zinc in cover here with the shield. The shield still has half HP. I'm going to leave Lextriel here. If someone comes around, Lextriel will get a shot on them. And I'm going to bring some of my riflemen around here to engage this next turn. So I'm going to run... I mean, Cam could actually get to here this turn. I don't know how safe that is for him. I think it's safer to be here and step out next turn. And we'll bring Spiral Eddie Yo over as well. Okay, and then we'll just crouch both of these guys. So next turn they can step in and help out here. And what I will do is I will flashbang. I might need to move. I might have made a mistake kneeling. I am going to... Oh, come on. That's really annoying that I can't throw that flashbang. I mean, I could step him to here. So he's at 52. Throw the flashbang, which would get both of them there if it doesn't scatter. Or I could just guarantee getting... This guy's much more dangerous, although he's getting buffed. It's still not great accuracy either way. I think I'm just going to throw it at him. That'll leave with 15 TU, which is enough to get back into cover. And we get back into cover. So he's now just not going to bother us this turn. Nothing's happening over here or over here right now. I'm quite happy just to leave people as is. I am going to bring Juju Jaro over here, though, for the same reason. Where they can step out and help with this if we get swarmed in this direction. I'm going to get them to watch this way just in case. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Those guys don't need to do anything. They are holding that direction. Thankfully, Marvin there only took very light damage from the plasma shot they took. Let's just take a water. Okay, that's fine. Good shot. I like that return fire. Okay, the shield is now down. The soldier is not. But the soldier's not in a good place. Okay, that's the end of it. So this guy's in the open. He's no longer bleeding. I want to put Cam here. I've got an 89% chance to hit him. If I fire two, I've got two 60%. Okay, the second one will drop from a lot lower than a 60%. I'm not sure what happened there. We can move Lextriel here and take this shot now. I shouldn't have crouched. That was stupid. Okay, we didn't hit him once with a single one of those shots. Zinc isn't moving. I'll take a shot with Zinc. Okay, great shooting from Zinc. Now we just have to deal with this guy in the back who is currently suppressed. What I could do is attempt to just flashbang him and deal with him next turn. But I need 38 TU to throw the flashbang, which means I'd have to throw it from back here, which is just not happening. There isn't really anywhere I can put Spiral Eddie this turn apart from over here. I may have to just smoke this area. So if I get Juju Jaro to run to... See, I need 38 to here, and I throw a smoke grenade. Doesn't have enough TU for that. Needs to be here. Probably to do with the turn. So I can drop a smoke grenade right there, and that keeps the team pretty safe. I'm just a bit worried about Zinc here, not Marvin and E. Okay, that's fine. And then you can just stay there. And then in terms of Zinc, Spiral Eddie Yo, I think I'm just going to bring Spiral Eddy back to here. I don't think I need Spiral Eddy for this engagement. And I'm still going to hold the team over here. I just don't want to be doing two things at once. Moving too fast is what's been getting me into problems with my missions. Let's deal with one known threat at a time before we move on. So we dealt with 2 Scions, and we're about to have dealt with 2 Sectoids. Okay, he didn't do anything. So I'm going to attempt to run him down and shoot him. I mean, if I was to bring Zinc to here, I'd have a 69 times 3 on him. Let's bring Zinc to here, I'd have a 91 times 3. The problem is what's behind him, right? I don't know what's back here. There could be like 8 Scions standing right here ready to shoot me in the face. But the only way to find that out is to push forward, and I don't have a shield over here anymore. So I'm just going to step around the corner with Lextriel and see if we trigger anything with the run. Okay, I wasn't expecting an Overwatch from him. That's a little annoying, but that's my... I think I just misremembered how that mechanic works. Let's kill him. Or fail to kill him. That's a big problem for me now. I'm in a very bad place because of that. He should not have survived that. I think we're going to have to rely on a grenade to finish him. If I bring Jujujaro up to here and throw a normal frag grenade, I'm going to 99... I don't want to hit my teammate. I'm relying on the smoke to protect Jujujaro here. Still didn't kill him. I can't crouch you. You don't have any weapons. You should actually get back to here to grab your shotgun. That just leaves me with Cam, who only has a flashbang, and this guy is already suppressed. We do also have Spiral Eddy, who could run to here, but doesn't have a shot. And there's no way they're shooting their big gun. I could run Spiral Eddy to here, they'd be out of TU. They can't move, I can't leave them here. They're not going to have enough for they'll have enough for a 70% chance to hit if I move them there, which just isn't worth it. I could drive Tachyon to here, and they could rocket this guy. 41% chance. It's a bit of a waste of a rocket, but it might be the only way I protect my teammates who's standing in the open there. Okay, we missed, but we did just open up a firing lane. I now have a shot with Corporal Shin. I could put Shin in cover here, and I've got a 57% chance with an aimed shot. We're going to get one shot here, so I will crouch with a slight aiming bonus. Okay. Fat Newbie doesn't have a shot from where he is. If I move him to here, he still hasn't got a shot. If I move him to here, he still hasn't got a shot. He would have to be here, which is not a shot for him. Or I could take a risk. I don't think he's got a shot from there. No. So it'd have to be 36. From there? He doesn't have a shot from there because he hasn't got enough TU. It would have to be an aimed shot, which is a 72% chance to hit. I need you to make this shot. Okay. And now he's in the open, so I'm going to have to move Marinini to here to act as cover. That leaves me with Chris Big Daddy, or Spiral Eddy, or Cam. Cam definitely doesn't have a shot here. Chris Big Daddy isn't going to get a shot either. He just doesn't have the TU to make this move, and I need to keep watching this way. Spiral Eddy. Yo. For a shot from Spiral Eddy, a 3-round burst, 25 times 3, it's not going to hit. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I've put everyone in huge danger, but I have eliminated the guy that was probably going to kill Lextriel on his turn. We're now going to run Zinc back to the Sky Ranger to grab a shotgun. Okay. That sectoid took a lot of resources to kill, but we did get there. Oh, Cam the Wizard hasn't done it this turn. Let's bring Cam back to here so I have someone in cover who can react in case something steps out of the mist. And Crispy Daddy's holding that direction for now. Thank goodness for auto med modules. This, of course, already means we've got 2 people in the med bay, no matter what, when they get back to base. Okay. What is making that noise? It doesn't sound like a drone. It sounds a lot bigger than a drone. But there's definitely something going on in those ruins, so I'm thinking about just nuking the ruins. Let's get everybody into good cover. So I'm going to put Lextrail over here. I'm just going to set everybody up a little further forward. Spiral Eddy in cover here. Shins and Fine cover here. I'm going to move Cam up to here. And we need you to come and grab your shotgun. You do not have a lot of TU, I know, even without your shield. Not enough TU to pick up, so we'll pick the rest of it up next turn. I'm going to bring Tachyon to behind these stones. And then I'm going to move Fat Newbie to here. And then I do just want to clear, like, if I can make sure there's no aliens here, I can basically redeploy a little bit and not worry about this. I'm pretty certain there are no aliens here because this guy's been running around for a while. We've not seen anything with Chris Big Daddy. I'm going to bring Chris Big Daddy up to here, where he's got just enough TU to crouch. And I'm just going to keep watching our rear with Marvin Innie and also covering our sniper as well. We still need to get Juju Jaro into cover. I'm just going to use this position here, which is very well concealed. Watching this way. And I think that's everybody. The only people who haven't moved are our longer range specialists. I think I'm actually going to put Fat Newbie here so he doesn't have to shoot through Tachyon. I think that's very prudent. Let's end the turn and see if anything crawls out in the mists towards us. Would also like to try and rescue that guy if I get the chance, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. If he's running around the bottom of the map and there's no aliens there, that's fine with me. Okay, no sign of alien activity, no noises either, which is actually extra scary. I'm going to reload a few guns here, so I'm going to reload Fat Newbie's gun, check everyone else's ammo. Okay, everyone else is okay. I don't think I need to reload the rifles. This is definitely our next push. This is quite a big bound, though. So what I'm going to want to do is bring my shotguns up carefully so that we can flank the doorways. If I put them here, I think they're a little bit too exposed. I'm going to put one shotgun here. See if they can see anything. And I'm going to put the other shotgun... I mean, I can just sprint for the door, right? But I think that's too crazy. And we know Crash Test got killed here last time, so I don't really want to use this cover. And I don't want to push up that far while the rest of the team are so far back. But what I could do is I could bring Spiral Yo to here. And then I can fold Cam the Wizard around to here. Which lets me bring... sorry, this is Shin. Which we bring Cam the Wizard up to here. Fat Newbie can stay where they are, but Tachyon needs to join everybody. And then I basically just need these guys to hold this angle for a little bit longer for me. And then next turn we can start properly moving in. I'm going to move Juju Jaro to here and just see what they can see up this way. I don't want to push in before we're ready. Just trying not to be hasty. Oh, I forgot to... No, I did move him this turn. No, I did move him this turn. I forgot to do anything with him. That was my stupidity. Okay. He's still running around that area not getting shot. Which makes me believe there's no aliens over there. Oh, crap. So we have alien death orbs on the field. I was not expecting to see those so soon. I guess we're further into the game than I thought I did. I can't remember what these things are called. Destroyers, maybe? I call them death orbs. And as you can see, they have plasma artillery. We got lucky there. That was actually not too much damage. It could have killed everybody here. If it landed the shot here, it could very easily have killed Spiral Eddy. The way these things work is they have very, very powerful frontal armor. and weaker armor on the rear. So what you want to do is basically get them to turn away from you and shoot them in the ass. Crap. Okay, we can move. If I move you here, Fat Newbie, you don't have a shot on it. That's great. Obviously, I've got Tachyon here. I can launch a missile at it. Spiral Eddy can fire the laser at it. I don't know what that's really going to do to it. But maybe let's start with a missile rocket. So I'm going to bring Tachyon to here. And I'm going to fire a missile at it. We've got an 83% chance to hit. Okay, there's a Secton also here. That's good to know. Okay. There's also a Scion officer who will try to mind control us. So Spiral can step out, fire a 10-round burst, and get back into cover. Just has enough TU to do that, I think. Yes, 5 TU to step out. So 5 TU to step out. Then give me a full burst. Okay, we blow the armor off it. Now it looks even more terrifying. But apparently cost us 1 more AP than the game advertised us. So now she is now stuck in the open and is going to die. So thank you for that. The system that estimates how many TU an action is going to take, because you got that wrong. We can't get a shot with Shin because Tachyon is in the way. I could drive Tachyon out of the way. But even if I do that... Yeah, if I just drive Tachyon... In fact, if I drive Tachyon this way, that will also destroy the cover. And that means we've got to clear a shot with Shin. Don't shoot Tachyon, please. Okay. So we've poured quite a lot of fire into this thing already. If I put Cam here, he's not going to have a shot. If I put Cam behind Tachyon, he will have a shot. We're going to have to use Tachyon as cover. Okay, it is still alive. We're going to have to grenade this thing now, because I can't guarantee killing it with shotguns. So I want to run up, and I don't have a smoke grenade on Juju Jaro. I could run Juju to here, and they will not have a shot. Do you have a smoke grenade? We have a smoke grenade on Lexriel. But Lexriel needs 35 TU to throw it, which Juju Jaro is currently in the way of. Let's bring Juju Jaro up to here. Basically to watch anyone coming out of here. And then if I bring Lexriel to here, can I smoke this area here? No, I can't because the trees are too tall. Okay, he doesn't have TU to do that throw because he has to turn around. Okay, I can do that, which I think I need to do. Okay. He doesn't have a rebreather, so we have to watch out for that. That does... We can now relocate Fat Newbie 2 to here. Just get some shots on this thing next turn. But I think these two need to stay where they are, because there still could be things coming from this direction. Let's also grab a shot, grab the ammo, and we'll get Zinc running back into the fight. Okay, let's Zinc in position. Let's see what happens. I mean, to leave a lot of people in the open right now. This was really annoying. This estimate being off by 1 AP. We could actually see the door to the UFO there. Let's go to shoot at Zinc. Okay, somehow he survived that, and he killed it with counterfire. But he's going to take a lot more fire this turn. Oh no, Spiral Eddy. Oh god, try to mind control Spiral Eddy. That's terrifying. Gotta get plasma shot here, unless it doesn't take the shot. Oh, damn, he's down. Ugh. I knew I shouldn't have put them forward. Okay, there is another destroyer, and it just mulched somebody. We have to deal with the Scion and the Sectoid first, though. This was my bad. This death over here, 100% my bad. I should not have moved Juju Jaro up so far, but I wanted to have a contingency for the next turn. I think what I do is I drop a missile here. What's the accuracy on that? If I drive Tachyon to here, and I drop a missile here, 76%. Okay, that's revealed him. The Sectoid must be back here. Now, I don't have a good shot because of the smoke, and Lexfield just has a shotgun. Doesn't have line of sight on him there, and there's also a Secton back here. Sectoid, not a secton. Spiral Eddy. If I move Tachyon forward 1 space, I could put Cam here to shoot at this guy. He can't have that much health left. He's got enough. We have a grenade. Do we think a grenade will kill this guy after he's been hit by all of that stuff? Okay, I found the secton. Sectoid. Why do I keep calling... No, it's a secton. Secton and sectoids, confusing between XCOM and this game. So I can still grenade this guy and get into cover. I'm not super worried about plasma, just a plasma pistol shot on its own. It's when it's combined with the plasma rifle that it's a problem. But do I think this will kill this officer? Probably not. It's probably going to scatter or something stupid. Okay, it did not kill the officer. I don't have a shot with Shin. 17%. And I don't have... obviously don't have a shot with Fat Newbie. I do still have in my pocket Zinc, who can't get into range. And Spiral Eddy will be shooting through the smoke, which is a problem. But the smoke could work in my advantage. I can put Spiral Eddy there and just fire a 10-round burst behind this guy and see if any of it scatters into him. It did not, and we suppressed Cam. We have at least suppressed this guy. I need to bring Shin around here. And I need to bring Zinc up. And let's bring Newbie to here. Does Newbie have a shot from here? If he had more TU, he would. He used 36 for a shot, though. I don't think there's any way he can get there. No, there's no way he can get there and have 36. So I just put him in cover here. And then I want the rest of the team to run this way as well, just to get away from that Death Orb while the rest of the team are busy. Okay. I'm taking too many risks, I can tell. I'm pushing a little bit too hard here, which is how we've already had one soldier killed, and we may lose another. But it could have been worse. The Death Orb could have fired into the smoke and killed 3 people. So, unfortunately, Zinc's sacrifice is the better choice. Okay, Spiral Eddy's been mind-controlled. If we kill the guy, the mind-control will fail. And Tachyon can take that hit. Okay, there's a 3rd Death Orb. A 3rd Death Orb is on the map. Spiral Eddy is no longer mind-controlled, by the way, because the Secton killed the mind-controller. Alright, we need to kill this guy with prejudice right now, because there's too many other things going on at the moment for me to have to worry about him. If I put Shin here, I've got an 86% chance to hit, and we're still in cover. I'm going to crouch and take the shot. What did I talk about earlier about checking for reloads? What if you were just to laser this guy? Okay, Tachyon hit him twice but didn't kill him. Does Cam have the kill? No, Cam can't see him. Lex can run up and shotgun him. I was really trying to avoid doing that. Lex actually has a shotgun shot from here. If Lex runs to here, they will not have enough for a shot. I'm trying to think about keeping line of sight clear for this thing. But I guess that's the same as running to here, right? And they will have a snapshot for 51 times 3. So one of those beams has to hit this guy. Okay, that's the Secton killed. Now we need to get in positions for dealing with the Death Orb that's back here next turn. So I need to get Fat Newbie a line of fire. At the moment, this looks like the best option. It will get better as time goes on. Let's get Spiral Eddy into some cover, which we'll make here for the moment. And then I need to bring up Chris Big Daddy. And I also need to bring up Marvin Innie, who is my only remaining shield. And therefore my only remaining scout. Okay, we've got 2 Death Orbs to deal with. One of them is over here and may flank us along this line. But the other one is back here and is the more current big issue. Tachyon's also taking a few too many hits at the moment. Okay, somehow they survived, but Tachyon is now very close to death. The good news is it's destroyed the cover around it, which means I can rocket it, and I'm very tempted right now to hit it with a 3-rocket barrage, just to try and take it out of the fight. That will leave me with no rockets for the last one, unfortunately, if I do that. So I can't afford to hit it with a 3-rocket barrage. We'll hit it with a 1-rocket. Okay. Do you have a laser shot? Okay. That was stupid, actually. I should have put you into cover. Cam doesn't have a shot. So it's back here. It's taking rocket fire. And I wasted the ability for Tachyon to get out of line of sight. Actually, if I move Tachyon to here, that does mean that Tachyon is out of its current line of sight. If it moves, they will no longer be. Let's move Cam to here. Cam has a shot on it. No, Cam doesn't have a shot. So Cam is in reaction fire mode. I could bring Lex to here, where Lex, it'll see Lex from there. If I put Lex here, it won't see Lex, and then he's got reaction fire shots on. Or here might be a really good spot for Lex, because he's got reaction fire, and it's very hard for it to see him. It's obviously looking for him. Then we can bring Zinc. Zinc could come around the outside here, where he's out of... I should put Zinc here. We're basically just having to set up this turn. We can't actually fight it properly this turn. Chris Big Daddy. The cover's getting really bad here. I'm going to smoke Tachyon with Chris Big Daddy. I think that's really crucial. Except I can't smoke. God damn it. I also need to find a place for Spiral Eddie to go. Shin and Fat Noob. There's no way Fat Noob has a shot, right? No, Fat Noob hasn't got a shot. What's Fat Noobie's line of fire like? So Fat Noobie can only shoot on this angle. I need Fat Noobie here. So I'm going to bring Shin forward to here. And I'm going to put Fat Noobie here. Facing this way. And crouching. He has a... Facing this way. And he has a reaction shot now. Then I'm going to bring Chris Big Daddy to... If I put you here, you can't throw a grenade, correct? Yes. So I want you to throw this grenade. You basically need to step out here. But I guess the smoke's going to protect you as well. So just smoke and protect Tachyon, please. And step back into cover for the moment. And then Marvin Ninny needs to just sort of move up to do some work next turn. Okay, the only person I haven't activated here is Spiral Eddie. Spiral Eddie doesn't have line of sight on anything. I'm going to put Spiral Eddie in cover here, which gives them an interesting sort of angle on this fight if things open up. But right now, I'm just trying to avoid losing somebody. Oh, sorry, somebody just followed the channel. I forget to turn my alerts off when I'm recording with OBS. Thank you very much for the follow, whoever that was. This is... Having 3 of these is quite a high enemy budget, I'll say. Unless this is the same one from over there, but I don't think it is. Okay, that's reaction fire. Lots of reaction fire. Okay, Zinc is bleeding out, but is not dead. We got it. Okay, that's 2 dead. So Blink is taking 50 damage at turn end. I don't know if that will protect them from bleeding out if they... Because they've... Even though they've got their Automed module, which will prevent bleeds, and it cures any bleeds. But I don't know if it'll cure them before they take the bleed damage. I think they're fine, but I can afford to have Cam heal them just in case. Cam needs how much to heal? He needs 25 TU to heal. So I can run Cam to here. Bring Zinc to here. Get Cam to heal Zinc. And then get Zinc to just get into proper cover. Then we'll bring Lex to heal. Great shooting, Lex. Lex needs to reload their shotgun. And we need to pivot and have the team face this way and find out if there is actually a death robot over here. I'm going to reposition Spiral Eddie here, where they've got reaction fire if something comes around the corner. They should reload their machine gun, which they can't do this turn. We've got Tachyon, who's down to 2 armor. I would like Tachyon in position here with my 2 remaining missiles. Marvinini is my peeker, so Marvinini needs to get... I'm trying not to make Marvinini fall. Okay, Marvinini's got a... We're okay. I was worried about Marvinini fainting. Let me just check there's nothing behind us. Okay, that looks good. Chris Big Daddy can get to here. Okay, who still hasn't activated? Corporal Shin in cover here. And then Fat Newbie back here. Okay. I'm pretty certain that there is still one Death Orb. Unless that Death Orb did a massive move that I wasn't aware of. That's the Death Orb. Okay, we still have one Death Orb to deal with. I'm just going to keep positioning everybody for right now. So basically, I want people to be able to jump out and take positions in all of these, like all of these bushes and stuff if they've got long-range weapons. But I don't want to expose anybody to the enemy just yet. So I'm just moving up so that people are available to step out. Let's make sure everyone is loaded as well. You're good. You need to reload your gun. You're good. You're good. So I'm not going to step out this turn. I'm trying to think about... Basically, I think I'll use you as cover for Spiral Eddy. That's fine. And then you can step out one further forward. And then you can get into cover here. Okay, no sign of it yet. And Tachyon can stay here for the moment. I'm hoping that because there's 3 Death Orbs, there's not very many other aliens on this map. It sounds like it's just gone into the UFO. That's what it sounds like just happened. Okay, let's check around the corner. There is a Secton out in the open. That's a great shot for Fat Newbie 2. And then back into cover. And then you can face this way and crouch. I'm going to put Chris Big Daddy behind the shield. Has he got a shot? 18% chance to hit. I think I'll hold and just hold for reaction fire. And then I'm going to bring Zinc. No, not Zinc. I want rifles. I want Cam the Wizard behind this bush. And then I want Corporal Shin over here. So my rifles are all out, covering this area at the moment. Spiral Eddy will swap with Chris Big Daddy next turn. Tachyon I'm going to bring to here. Destroy some priceless artifacts on the way. My shotguns will remain in cover. Let's see what the Secton does. If he comes this way, I've got reaction fire on him. No shots on him, okay? Death Orb might come out. It sounds like the Death Orb is just ruining things inside the UFO. If the Death Orb just teleported to the second story of the UFO, I am in a really, really terrible place. Okay, let's move Morinini forward a little bit. See if we just spot anything. Things still look quiet. Can I get you to position here? I can't. I get you to position here. Face this way. Then crouch. Not up to you to crouch. Let's get Spiral Eddy Yo here. Where they're in position to do some suppression fire next turn. I'm going to get Chris Big Daddy into position here. And then we're going to leapfrog forward. So Cam to here. And I'm going to bring Shin with them. And then we're going to bring our shotguns forward as well. Tachyon is very important to this push, but I also don't want Tachyon to die. You can hold there. And let's just turn off the reaction fire on your laser so you don't shoot him in the back. We'll get Lex up to here. We'll get Zinc to here. And I think I'm just going to I'm going to bring Fat Newbie to about here. And they've got line of sight on this clear for a reaction shot if something comes out. Is that everybody? That is everybody. Okay. So we're not approaching from directly in front because there's basically no cover. And this way I can set the range of the engagement as well as I can. I've got a feeling that Death Orb is messing around with the teleporter. I think that's what's happening. Okay. Spiral to here. Still can't see anything. Morinini to here. Found him. Look at him lying. Look at him lying in wait like a little alien coward. How far forward can I get you, Marv? Can I get you to here? That's right. Eat that plasma Overwatch for me. Okay, you actually have a shot. No, you actually have a shot, so take it. Yeah, blast him in the face. Okay, now, who actually has a shot on this guy? You obviously don't from here. If I bring you to here, you obviously don't have a shot on him either because of the shield is standing up. If you're here, is the shield blocking the shot? The shield is blocking the shot. Okay, I also have shotguns. We could get Tachyon to take a shot. Tachyon could move to about here and fire their laser at this guy. No, won't be able to do that. We'll have a 50% chance to hit. Okay, shot him, but he survived. Let's just move him back out of his line of sight. If he comes out now, so he can't see... Well, he can actually shoot at Tachyon, but if he steps out, he's going to take fire from Chris and Spiral. Let's crouch Spiral and move Chris to here. And then I'm going to bring Lex to here. So if he steps out, we've got Lex shooting at him as well. I'm going to relocate Cam to here. We're going to bring Shin down to here. We're going to move Zinc to here. And then Fat Newbie is going to just... Fat Newbie has the angle right now. If I put Fat Newbie here, we've got a reaction shot and a crouch. Okay, a little bit testy because this shield has tons of health. It's whether or not he decides to kill Tachyon or not is the problem. Don't pull my camera down like that. I was so worried that there was a Scion down there. Okay, he just decided to shoot the shield. And the Death Orbs arrived. Okay, that could have gone much worse. It did, in fact, decide to mulch its ally. Tachyon can now double rocket hit it, which is exactly what I want Tachyon to do. So double rockets is going to take 48 TU, so I've got 20 to play with. If I drive to here, fire a double rocket salvo, that's 61% chance to hit. Let's double rocket salvo this. But I have 2 rockets. I can't mag dump the rockets. That sucks. We'll fire 1 rocket then. I can't fire a second rocket. I don't have enough for a laser shot either. I'm going to double laser. I'm just going to hit this guy once with a laser. Okay, that's it damaged. I think we can kill this guy with shotguns. I'm going to run. It's going to explode, okay? So I'm going to have to cross. I don't have to cross yet, but we're getting close to having to cross the threshold. I can run Spiral to here, and I get a 3-shot burst on it with the machine gun. But unfortunately, that counts as me shooting over him. Okay, so I can't do that. That's also going to hit Tachyon. Let's not do that. If I was to bring Chris here, that will not. So the single shot with the gun doesn't miss. Or I can go for the 3-shot. Unfortunately, I don't have enough for the 3-shot. I think I'm going to take the 100% aim shot or the... Can I get 2 shots if I do a 61? No, I can't. Let's take the aim shot. Okay. At this point, I think it's time to resort to shotguns. You can step out, shoot it, and step back in. Cool. 3 Death Orbs dead. Alright, let's just hold this angle. We're not going to move in at this point. We're just going to start bringing people around. So I want... Basically, I eventually want Spiral... Actually, I can put Spiral here now. Oh, really? The Mentok is right there with its fusion gun. Okay. Spiral, you are in grave danger. I did not expect to see them right there. We need to smoke this. I have a smoke on Shin. I can correct this mistake. I need 34. I think I'm just going to smoke the entrance to the UFO while we get people in position. If I run you to here and we smoke here, that's a 58, 69, 70, 80. And I'm going to move you back so you're not exposed. Alright, the chances of them shooting through all this smoke and hitting Shin are very small, which means they're going to do it. Let's get Cam to here. And then I want to get Fat Newbie basically like down here as best as I can. But I don't want to expose him to fire unnecessarily, so I'm just going to run him to here. And face this way. And that's everybody. So we still have a Fusion Mentarch and a Secton Engineer to deal with. And I'm just going to fire, like, we're going to launch a rocket straight down at that Mentark when we get a second. There's a Scion as well. Okay, that is not a Death Orb. It is the Mentark. I thought for a second there was also a Death Orb. Alright, I think those are all the remaining aliens in the UFO. Now, we could potentially kill this Scion this turn. Zinc could run to here and blast him. He has cover, and I believe there is a wall here. It may have been destroyed. I can't cheat. Okay. There could still be no wall here. But if I can get Zinc here, I can get another shot on this guy from outside the smoke, and Zinc has cover. The other option is we slow things down a little, and we just set up outside the UFO. My concern with doing that is if this guy pushes out of the UFO, he will die, but there's a very high chance he takes somebody with him. And I don't want that to happen. What I could do is I could start off with a 10-round shot behind this guy with the laser to see if I can suppress him. Okay, he is suppressed. We've also opened this cover up. So that completely changes my plans because I can no longer rely on using this as cover. I would like to get Chris Big Daddy in cover here to give me line of sight. Okay, so that wall doesn't exist. So Chris is at a little bit of a danger of being shot by the monster that's in the room. If I put Zinc here, does that expose... It does expose him a little bit. He's got too little health for me to do that. We can, however, put Lex... don't want to do that with Lex either, honestly. What we could do, though, is I could bring Marvinini to here, crouch, and then put Lex behind him, facing this way. That gives me shots on anyone trying to cover this angle. Cam and Tachyon, I want to take shots, but I'm going to set them up back here, where we can safely fire into the UFO and not worry too much about them hitting us due to the range. Okay, and then we just need to get, in fact, if I move them one square further over, if I move them here, I'm not expecting them to take shots this turn. I can then put Fat Newbie here in like a turn's time. We'll run him to here for now. Okay, let's not rush. Okay, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is this formation here, but it should be okay. The Mentark's over here. It has to come all the way around. It'll only get one fusion shot. There's lots of smoke. I mean, I could just not expose them to danger, right? Why take the risk? That's better. Okay. Oh, Fat Newbie. Wait, that's not Fat Newbie. That's Shin. Okay. Shin's. I mixed Fat Newbie and Shin up there. Can I get Fat Newbie to here? I can. Can I get Fat Newbie to here? I can. Amazing. Okay, he's in position for next turn. So there's 3 aliens left active. Scion Elite has panicked. That's never happened before. That was a bloody headshot. I don't think he could be shot from there. And the shield got destroyed. Is it going to shoot? It's not going to shoot. Okay, Marvinini just needs to get out of the fight at this point. That's fair enough. Don't shoot any of your teammates. Okay. I would like to drop a rocket right here. 28% chance. There's a high scatter chance because of the smoke, but as long as it goes into the UFO, I'm fine. If it scatters over here, we're doomed. But as long as it scatters into the UFO, I'm pretty happy. Unless it overshoots and lands in the back of the UFO and doesn't hurt anybody. Then I'm not very happy. Okay. This guy is currently panicked, so he's not doing anything. I do have shots on him. They're very low chance to hit. But I can take one and then... Or we can flashbang. Yes. I should have checked the stats. That was probably really okay. Marvinini is panicking, which means he can't react this turn. I have the firing line back here, right? Like, all these people have guns for days to deal with this situation. I actually have a 75% chance with Fat Newbie. Okay, that is one hit on the Mentark. This is not bad position for Shin to be in once he's got TU, but also I'm worried about area of effect attacks. Let's just put Shin over there. It also means that this guy can't snipe. No. That was rude. Okay. I'm going to move... I can't move Marvinini, which means he's very highly likely to get killed by the guy who's going to pop out from here. And I can't put... I do have line of sight if I put Lex Rail here. But I think that exposes Lex Rail. If they... Yeah, if... The problem is if this guy moves forward, he can then shoot all of these guys here. But I can't move Marvinini. Do I take pot shots in? I don't have. Spiral Eddy can fire a 10-round burst at the Mentarch, actually. So that's not going to scatter into anybody, is it? No. Okay, that's suppressed all of them. That's really good. That's also opened up more cover. 24% chance, but you don't have a shot left. 26% chance, but you don't have a shot left. You don't have shots because of the smoke. You've already taken your shot. You've taken your shot. They are suppressed. So if it's suppressed, it can move or shoot. From its position, I don't think it has good shots on any of us. I think I'm going to hold Cam in case any of them run out. Because it's suppressed, and it can only move or shoot, I'm going to put Lex Rail here. Basically holding to shoot the Secton if it runs back to this position. And I'm going to... If I put you here, Zinc... Okay, it can actually shoot you from this position if you stand there. If I put you here, it can't shoot you, but you can shoot here. It's a very low chance to hit, but I'm also going to put Zinc here. Both of them firing in on the guy if he does any movement. That's okay. Yeah, that should have... Yeah. Okay. So he just one-shot Lex Rail in the head. And that's Lex Rail dead for good. I doubt we're going to get lucky like we did last time. Let's try and kill this guy. Oof, that Overwatch was scary. I want to get Tachyon to fire first. Tachyon has a bunch of laser shots here. Okay, we're just going to take a lot of pot shots at the Mentarch this turn. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yep. Don't get salty, just play the game. Okay, Mentarch is down. It's just this guy. I don't suppose Zinc can just run in there and kill it. 31 times 3. No, he can't. Well, let's get Marvinini out of the danger zone. We're going to have to definitely hire a bunch of new people after this. Zinc only has 23 hit points. I really don't want to risk Zinc. I do still have shots from Cam, Shin, and Chris Big Daddy if this guy steps out. And I don't really want to chase him in. I want him to come to me and just shoot him. So I think I'm just going to wait and see what he does this turn. There's too many casualties this mission already. For the exact reason I keep saying they keep happening. Because I'm pushing and rushing too hard. Okay, he's retreated further into the UFO. So I can set up... He's in this room here. So I can set up to ambush him. If I put Zinc... There's no cover. And there's actually no... This wall has been destroyed. Spiral Eddy... Unfortunately, I was going to get Spiral Eddy to just blast these walls. But Spiral Eddy can't do that this turn. I'm trying to think of a decent position of cover. If I could step here, it would be great. I can move to here, but that's only enough for a snapshot, and I don't know if that's going to kill it on its own. I kind of need the rifles. I mean, I can have a rifle here. That's not in the smoke. But that, you know, that's taking a big risk as well. Shin's at full health. What are the chances of a Secton engineer coming out and killing 2 people in one shot? Right? That's not super likely, is it? If you've got a snapshot on here, I don't actually trust you to take the snapshot. Can you actually see him from here? Interesting. But you haven't got a shot on him. You've got eyes on him, but no shot on him. So he's just behind the door. Can I shoot out the door with a laser pistol? 40% chance. No chance from there. I think I'm just doing the same thing I always do. I'm pushing too hard. Let's set up some rifles out here. So Shin here. Facing this way. Crouching. He's got a reaction shot. And we're going to put Chris Big Daddy... Chris Big Daddy hasn't got a shot this turn. So I'm going to bring Chris Big Daddy to here. Where next turn he can step out and help. And Cam the Wizard can get a shot from here. So if this guy does step out, we've got some shots on him. Otherwise, Zinc steps in and kills him. Jeez, I thought that was a kill. Alright. I thought he was going to kill him there. He's now bleeding out. This has to be a kill. I want Zinc to get the kill, if he can. So I'm just going to run up to him and shoot him in the face. And there is still an alien alive upstairs. That's what that tells me. Okay, we need to get ready to breach upstairs then. So let's bring people in, but still have shots in case somebody comes down from upstairs. That's very important. We have to breach with rifles. You guys out here are no use for breaching. But how's Tachion's health? Tachion also isn't great for breaching. Marvinini can grab this shotgun though. None of TU. Okay, you can just grab the one. And we will breach next turn. There's no point bringing Spiraletti up. There's no point bringing Fat Newbie up. I've got 2 shotguns, 3 rifles. Let's make sure everyone is loaded. You've got ammo. You've got ammo. You've got ammo. You've got ammo. Okay, everyone has ammo. Let's end the turn, and then we have to go upstairs. Okay, this is my least favorite thing to do in this game. I'm actually going to take one more turn to deploy everybody around the teleporter so they use as little TU as possible to go through the teleporters. But we're going to do that in an L shape so that we don't set up a crossfire and get our team killed. Also, let's do some healing, I guess. Okay. We're going to send Zinc up first. Okay. This door here is open, which leads me to believe that the thing we're hunting is behind that door. There's a dead Secton there. I'm trying to think of what the position. We need to cover this door. We need to cover this hallway. So let's bring Shin up. And I'm going to put Shin... Oh, there's just no cover. This doesn't give me cover from anyone coming through that doorway. This position here. I'm going to put Shin... Honestly, I think he just comes back here and faces this way. And I think that's what Cam does as well. Okay, and then our shotguns. So Marvinini needs to cover this doorway. Like that. And then Chris Big Daddy comes to here, which he can't quite get to. But what I do is I have... I'm scared to move now, right? Because if I reveal this room and I see the alien, that's a big problem for me. But I'm going to get Zinc to move to here and face this way. And I'm going to get Sergeant Chris Big Daddy to move to here and face this way. And then we're just going to crouch everybody and see what comes out of the shadows. There has to be an alien on the ship. If there's not an alien on this ship, then I don't know where it is. Okay. No. We're gonna have to start opening doors. My other favorite thing to do in this game. Okay, wait, where does this go? Is there? There's a third floor. This ship has a third floor. Okay, let's capture both of the teleporter pads. Okay. I don't think we need to check these back corners. I think we know exactly where this alien is. It's on the top floor of the ship. So let's get the team up and ready to... Don't run over the teleporter pad. Ready to teleport. And next turn we're going to teleport up. The problem is, the reason I'm doing this so slowly is I have to make sure I have enough TU for every step. Otherwise, they end up stranded without enough action points to do what I need them to do. Okay, please don't be something crazy up here. Jeez. It's 2 of them. It's actually 2 of them. Well, I've got a flashbang, so I am going to flash both of them. Okay, that will stop there being reaction fire, which is very important. Let's get Cam to step off the teleporter. He has a shot on this guy. Okay, that's Cam's turn over. Now Cam is actually blocking. No one else. No, it's okay. It's okay. I thought for a second he was blocking the teleporter. Let's get Zinc up. I'll get Zinc to... I think the biggest threat right now is the Scion more than the Secton. Okay, Scion is dead. Now, who's my shotgun here? It is Marvinini. Marvinini up to here. Kill this guy. Please don't kill the very expensive console that we want to preserve. Mission complete. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I lost another 2 soldiers. Yeah. Jujujaro and Lexrio are KIA. So we need to do a round of recruitment, and we just somehow get those guys trained up. We did get a lot of stuff, which is really good. There were 19 aliens on that map. We also have just dealt with Death Orbs for the first time. So next time, I'm going to actually pause the game here. We're paused with a base assault about to trigger off, which our interceptors have to take out. That's what we're going to focus on at the start of the next video, because our team is too badly injured. We also need to do a big recruitment drive. But I want to pose the question that I posed to you at the start of the video again as a call to action. Please, in the comments, let me know what you want me to do regarding the 1.0 release of Xenonauts. I am very certain, I don't have it for certainty, sorry, I'm not certain, I'm pretty sure that the save games will not be compatible with 1.0. So I can either not upgrade the game to 1.0 and miss out on all of the new stuff, which I think includes a whole ton of new maps and some new enemy types and the actual ending of the game, or we upgrade to 1.0 and we start a new campaign. And I know that's going to be really frustrating for a lot of people because I have done that like 3 times with this game throughout early access, and I was really wanting to finish this campaign, but unfortunately time has run out. The one thing I can promise you is I have a work trip this weekend. Once that work trip is over, my schedule should sort itself out and I will get back to giving you more constant videos. I know I've promised that like 8 times, but this time I really, really mean it. For now though, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, please, and I'll catch you in the next video. Up then, I'll see you later. Ciao for now. Bye.